Hey, welcome back to the channel. Imagine trusting someone with your deepest thoughts, your vulnerabilities, only to realize they've turned against you. That kind of betrayal isn't just painful. It reshapes the way you see the world, how you trust others, and most importantly, how you value yourself. In the world of Stoic philosophy, where inner peace and self-respect are everything, there are certain betrayals that should never be overlooked. Not because we seek revenge, but because some actions cross a line that can never be redrawn. Trust and integrity are the foundation of meaningful relationships, and when those are shattered, the consequences go far beyond a single act of disloyalty. Some betrayals demand absolute closure, not reconciliation. Forgiveness is a virtue, but only when it doesn't come at the cost of your own well-being. Stoicism teaches us to accept reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. And part of that acceptance is knowing when someone has shown you exactly who they are, and believing them. These aren't just minor mistakes or misunderstandings. These are the deliberate acts that show a complete disregard for your trust, your loyalty, and your dignity. Loyalty isn't just an ideal, it's the foundation of every real connection. Without it, there's no trust, no security, no authenticity. When someone chooses to betray you, they aren't just making a bad decision. They're making a choice about who they are. It could be a friend who undermines you behind your back, a partner who breaks the promises of commitment, or even family members who put personal gain above integrity. This kind of disloyalty isn't an accident, it's a reflection of character. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." This means that instead of sinking to their level or trying to force them to change, the strongest response is simply to walk away. The reality is, when someone betrays you once, they'll often try to return, offering excuses, blaming circumstances, maybe even making you question whether you're overreacting. But repeated disloyalty isn't a mistake. It's a pattern, and forgiving someone who has shown you they lack loyalty only teaches them that they can do it again without consequences. If someone has revealed that they can't be trusted, no matter how much history you have, no matter how much you care, they have no place in your life. Because some betrayals don't just hurt, they change you forever. True peace is worth more than the illusion of companionship. Being alone is a far better fate than surrounding yourself with those who have no real loyalty to you. The people in your life should uplift you, stay loyal in your absence, and act with unwavering integrity. If someone has proven their disloyalty, there is only one course of action: walk away. Many believe that forgiving betrayal is noble, but in reality it can be an act of self-betrayal. Tolerating disloyalty sends a message to yourself that your own standards don't matter, that your worth is negotiable. Keeping people around who have already shown they don't value you weakens your own sense of self-respect. The strongest move isn't to plead for their change or wait for an apology. It is to sever the tie without hesitation, to move forward without looking back. Wisdom, not bitterness, is the Stoic path. Let go, but never forget. Deception is a poison that seeps into the foundation of every relationship. Lies aren't just words. They are weapons that erode trust and dismantle the very core of meaningful connections. A single lie may seem small, but deception is never an isolated act. It is a pattern, a glimpse into someone's true nature. When a person chooses to deceive, they aren't just keeping a secret. They are actively manipulating your perception of reality, twisting the truth for their own benefit. And that is a betrayal far deeper than any single wrongdoing. Honesty is essential to inner peace. Without it, there is no clarity, no stability, no real trust. Like a relationship built on deception is like a house resting on sand. It may seem sturdy, but eventually it will crumble. A dishonest person spreads falsehoods not just to others, but eventually to themselves, becoming entangled in their own web of deception. Yet just because they suffer the consequences of their own lies does not mean you must suffer alongside them. Deception is always a choice. It is a deliberate act of prioritizing self-interest over honesty, of choosing manipulation over integrity. And the moment someone lies to you, whether by omission, distortion, or outright falsehood, they reveal a harsh truth. Your trust was disposable to them, and once trust is broken, it rarely, if ever, returns to its original state. Some may argue that everyone lies, that small lies are harmless, that deception is simply a part of human nature. But Stoicism rejects such moral compromise. A lie is never harmless when it fractures the bond between two people. A lie is never insignificant when it forces you to question everything that came before it. Deception isn't just dishonesty, it's control. The one who deceives seeks to bend reality to their favor, often at your expense. And when you tolerate deception, you invite more of it. There will always be those who lie or hide their mistakes, who manipulate to gain an advantage, who deceive to escape consequences. But as a Stoic, your response is not anger, not revenge. It is unwavering detachment. The moment deception is revealed, the course of action is clear. You do not argue, you do not plead, you do not negotiate with dishonesty. You simply remove yourself from the equation, because peace is never found in the presence of deceit. Deception is a poison that seeps into the foundation of trust, eroding everything it touches. When someone has shown you they cannot be trusted, do not waste your time trying to decode their intentions, fix their character, or extract the truth from their lies. Accept the reality of their deception and remove yourself from their influence. Epictetus once said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Those who lie, deceive, and manipulate are not interested in growth, honesty, or self-improvement. They see themselves as above the truth, and that belief makes them dangerous. You cannot change them, but you can change how you respond. A Stoic does not entertain liars. A Stoic does not allow deception to fester in their life. The moment someone lies to you, recognize it for what it is, a betrayal of trust. Forgiving deceit is not an act of strength. It is an invitation for more of it. The only way to uphold your dignity and protect your inner peace is to walk away from those who choose dishonesty over integrity. The cost of keeping a liar in your life is far greater than the pain of losing them. Broken trust is the wound that never truly heals. It is the fracture that dismantles all bonds, the silent force that ends relationships. Trust is the foundation of every meaningful connection. Without it, there is nothing. It takes years to build, moments to shatter, and sometimes a lifetime to repair. When someone breaks your trust, they are not just betraying your faith in them. They are tearing apart the very foundation that held your relationship together. And in many cases, once trust is broken, there is no going back. Trust is not just about honesty. It is about reliability and consistency and integrity. When you trust someone, you grant them access to your vulnerabilities, your secrets, your deepest emotions. You allow them into a space that few will ever enter. And when they betray that trust, through disloyalty, deception, or deliberate harm, they reveal they were never worthy of it in the first place. Stoicism teaches us to accept human nature as it is, not as we wish it to be. People will fail us. They will act in selfish ways. They will betray us, often without remorse. But what separates a Stoic from the rest is how they respond. The mistake most people make is believing that broken trust can be fully repaired, that if the other person apologizes, if enough time passes, if they prove themselves again, things will return to how they were before. But the truth is, once trust is broken, it is never the same again. It is like a shattered mirror. No matter how carefully you try to piece it back together, the cracks remain. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When someone has done you wrong, do not dwell on what they have done, but on what you can do in response." And the response to broken trust should always be self-preservation, not blind forgiveness. If someone has already shown they are capable of betraying you, why would you give them another chance? Would you drink from a poison well just because someone assured you the water is clean? Would you rebuild a house on a foundation that has already collapsed? The truth is, when someone betrays you, they have already made a choice. They have prioritized their own selfish desires over loyalty, respect, and integrity. And that choice is irreversible. Even if they regret it later, even if they beg for forgiveness, even if they promise never to do it again, the damage has been done. You can pretend things will be different, but deep down, you will always question them. You will always wonder if they are lying again, if they are hiding something, if they will betray you once more. And the mental burden of that uncertainty is far worse than the pain of simply letting them go. Some will tell you to forgive and forget. But Stoicism does not encourage blind forgiveness. It encourages wisdom, self-respect, and emotional detachment from those who have harmed us. Seneca put it best: "He who spares the guilty punishes the innocent." By forgiving someone who has broken your trust, you're not just giving them another chance. You are setting yourself up for future pain. You are sacrificing your own peace for someone who has already proven they do not deserve it. When trust is broken, the Stoic response is not revenge. It is not resentment. It is not hatred. It is to walk away with dignity, to accept the lesson, to strengthen your boundaries, and to never allow the same betrayal to happen twice. The greatest act of self-respect is knowing when to let go. Forgiveness should be reserved for mistakes, not for deliberate acts of betrayal. The final truth is this: Trust, once broken, should never be given freely again. If someone valued your relationship, they would never have betrayed you in the first place. If they were truly loyal, you would not be questioning their actions. The strongest decision you can make is to remove those who have proven untrustworthy from your life, permanently. Do not allow broken trust to turn into a cycle of pain. Move forward, never look back, and never allow yourself to be betrayed twice. Betrayal is a painful lesson, but it is also a necessary one. Not all betrayals deserve forgiveness, and not everyone who apologizes deserves a second chance. Disloyalty, deception, and broken trust, these are the ultimate violations that should never be tolerated. A Stoic does not waste time on those who have already revealed their true nature. Your peace, your dignity, and your self-respect are worth more than any relationship built on lies.